Hello, Shoyan here. Today I'm working on the stairs. This house will have fully pre-cut stairs made from the same material as the floor. The layout is 3 winder steps, 4 straight, then 3 more winder steps and another 4 straight, 14 steps total. Let's get to it.
무슨 사물?
무슨 선물?
무슨 사물?
For this house, I won't cut the stairs on site by hand. They're pre-cut from a synthetic building material, same as the flooring. The only difference is the thickness since they're made into stair parts, but the finish is an exact match. That said, the pattern and color tone are newer and they don't match up with the stringers just yet. So this pre-cut set is designed with just the treads supported. First, I measure the height up to the second floor, divide it evenly across 14 steps, and make a height gauge so that I can mark each step. Then I draw out a full-scale layout of the first 3-step winder section. There seem to be 2 types of pre-cut stairs. One type that's designed to align exactly with the core of the central post and one that's not. This one is the kind that lines up perfectly with the post. Technically, it's just a pre-made 3-step winder. It's not really pre-cut. There are both 2-step and 3-step winder sets out there, and this is just one of those, pre-assembled and shipped. So I need to draw a full-size layout first. You can't get exact post positions just from the plans, so having the full-size drawing is a must for accurate measurements. Once the layout's done, I place the actual treads and trace how they connect to the central post. Even though it's been accurately cut, figuring out the system just from a full-size drawing can be tricky. Once I get the hang of it, it's fine, but I still have to mark each tread position directly on the post. I notch the post for the winder section just as I would with hand-cut stairs. So even though it's called pre-cut, it feels more like they just sent over a set of parts. The only things actually pre-cut here are the support blocks. For the 3-step winder, that means the 3 supports underneath the steps. So I go along the entire stairwell and mark the height and location for each step, one by one. Even a small misalignment, whether in height or side to side, can throw the whole thing off because the pre-cut supports won't align. So my job here is to lock in the correct height and position for everything. Every site is different. The stair width and post size change from job to job. So the length of each support block is also different.
뭔가?
오케이. こういうこと。まだここもや。なあ。
This stair has a 3-step winder at the bottom and another identical one halfway up. If I'm even 1 to 2 millimeters off, the whole thing will be misaligned. So I don't fasten anything right away. I check the entire setup first, then secure everything. It took a while to get a full picture of how it all fits together. Now I've finalized the support positions. That part was tricky, but after tweaking the layout, I can finally start attaching everything. The stairwell is lined with M-cloth, a type of veneer substrate. The main fastening points are the studs, and that's where I use long screws. I can't use long screws in the veneer because there's an airtight membrane inside. I don't want to tear it, so I use short plywood screws instead. With the supports in place, I move on to installing the treads. I start with the winder section. At first, I thought I could just line up a furring strip on top of each support, screw down the threads, and be done. But it turns out they included hardware, with specific positions and quantities all clearly listed. So I'm installing everything by the book. L brackets don't actually hold the threads by themselves. Each thread sits firmly on the support with a 20mm overlap. I glue and screw them down tight to avoid rattling in any direction. In the winder section, the first and third threads follow a right angle line. That means the second step, the middle one, has to be perfectly square with no twist. Securing the thread without stringers makes it trickier. But if there were stringers, the joinery would be even harder. Winder steps are always a challenge either way. Now I line up the risers for those 3 steps. I don't fasten them yet, but the order here is tricky. 3 of the walls already have M-cloth panels installed, but I've held off on doing the opposite wall because I won't be able to fit the winder steps if it's in place. So I install the 3 winder steps first, then add the right side wall. After that, I adjust the support for the straight stairs, and then I can finally install the straight treads. It's a back and forth kind of process. Stairs, then wall, then stairs again. I can't install all the walls first, or there'll be nothing for the winder steps to rest on. It's time consuming, and I end up jumping between tiles. Just one 3-step winder is tough enough, but this one has two, one at the bottom and another halfway up. And lining up the M-cloth or wallboard cleanly around the central post is another design challenge. No time to complain though, so I keep going. Now I'm installing the threads for the straight section. The finished product is just shipped in cardboard. It's not really pre-cut. The carpenter cuts them on site and fastens them with hardware. Honestly, I never found the perfect way to attach the threads here. In a typical stair with stringers, the riser slides right in from below. That's the standard approach. But here, each thread has a 2 cm support on both sides that blocks the riser from sliding in from underneath. So, I tried putting the riser in first, then the thread from above and from below. Neither way felt right. I never really found the ideal method. Someone used to this type of stair would probably get through it with no problem. Honestly, if I had just built the whole thing from scratch, it probably would have taken the same amount of time. All the threads and risers are in, but it still looks unfinished. So I wrap the edges with baseboard. There are special baseboards made for stairs, but I've never used them. I'm using the kind normally used for floors. Stair baseboards don't have groove lines, are a bit thicker, and don't have a chamfer. So you don't necessarily have to miter every corner at 45 degrees. But this house uses the same baseboard throughout, in every room, the hallway, even the stairs. So I'm mitering both inside and outside corners at 45 degrees to keep it all consistent.
いい感じ。ただ、ゴミが一つ噛んどるだけで。いいよ。いいよ。いいよ。
The stairs have a uniform design, but there weren't any baseboards that I could cut to the same length. For these, I use regular wood glue. It's my go-to. Urethane glue tends to ooze out, and installing the baseboards takes time. It's also tough to remove and reattach parts, so it's a bit tricky to work with. For wood and paper surfaces like this, wood glue works best. The baseboard has a groove, so I tack it in place with a pin nailer. It actually took me a whole day just to do the baseboards. Now, I finished installing the staircase. Since the stairs are pre-made, I thought they would be quicker, but they still took almost a week. They used the same material as the flooring, so the finish looks great. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.